Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're visiting this channel for the first time, then hi, my name is Sumbul and I've recently completed my master's degree in psychology and mental health from the University of Edinburgh. I make a lot of useful, helpful, and insightful videos for students, both who are already living in the UK and those who are planning to come to the UK. So please support my work by subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you know instantly whenever I upload a new video. In this video, I'm going to share with you the complete application process of the UK graduate route or PSW visa, and I'm going to show you how the visa application actually looks like. So keep watching. But before I jump into the main content, I would also like to tell you that I've already made a couple of videos on the UK graduate route visa, which I would definitely recommend you to watch. So the very first step is for you to simply type UK PSW visa on Google search, and you need to select this link. I will put this link for your reference down in the show notes. If you keep scrolling here, you will find this green colored start now button, and then you need to select on start now. When you do that, where are you planning to live? Select option first, that is England, Scotland or Northern Ireland. Continue. Do you have a current EU, EEA or Swiss passport? No, I don't. Continue. Do you have a UK BRP? Yes, I do. Is your name on your BRP the same as on your passport? Yes. And then you can continue. For this step, you are required to use an app which you can download from your phones. You may have some trouble with iPhone, so have an Android phone as a backup option, which you can ask your friends. And then you need to continue. And when you do that, you will find this information here, and you're going to need this information here in order to create your account. After you are done creating your account, you will be asked what identity document did you use. You should select BRP, and then they will ask you for your BRP number, then your date of birth, and finally how do you want to receive your security code. You can select either phone or email, whatever. When your application gets created, you will find this information here where it tells you about the date you created it and your application unique number. Next step is for you to confirm your identity using the app which I mentioned in the beginning of this video, and now I'm going to show you the screenshots that I took directly from the app so that you get a clarity about some of the important instructions and points when using the app. After you are done with the app, you can go back to completing the rest of your visa application, and now from now on I'm going to dive into the rest of the visa application process, and I'm going to show you guys all this using my own visa application. So here you can see all the basic information as in my name, my unique application number, BRP number, nationality, date of application, type of visa application, payment reference, registration email, and contact email. For the next part, are you using an immigration advisor based in the UK? I selected no. Which email address can be used to contact you? I mentioned my email and also my phone number and also my address, including the postcode and the city that I'm currently living in, and also when I was making my application. In addition to the names already provided, are you now or have you been called by another name? No. Do you have a valid national identity card? I said yes, and I mentioned my Aadhaar card, but you can also mention your passport number, and then the issuing authority, Government of India. Do you currently hold or have you ever held any other nationality or citizenship? I selected no. Enter the country in which Sumbul Said is making their application. I mentioned UK because it's really important that you are in the UK when you're making your application. For this part, do you have a student visa? I selected yes. When did you first arrive in the UK on your current visa? It was September 2021. Do you have a CAS number? I selected yes, and I mentioned the CAS number which I received from the immigration team when they sent me an email stating that I was eligible for the PSW visa. Do you have currently an application with the Home Office? No, I selected no for that. Did you study an eligible course? Yes, I did. Does your university or college have a track record of compliance? Yes. Have you successfully completed your course? I selected yes. Have you previously been granted permission under the doctorate extension scheme? No. Have you received money from a financial officer? It was no. For personal details, select the sex that is on your passport or travel document. I mentioned female, your country of birth, India, and then I mentioned my passport number, place of issue, issue date, and the expiry date. Do you live at this address? I said yes. When did you start living at this address? I mentioned the date I started living in. Basically, this address is the UK address that I'm currently living in. Like when I was also living when I was making my application. And then about your home, it's basically whether I am renting this place or I own it. Obviously, I rent it, so I mentioned that I rented. And then I mentioned all the details like the name, the address, the city that is in Edinburgh, along with the postcode. Continuing with the personal details section, here I mentioned all the addresses where I've previously lived, including my address in India. So you have to mention all these details, fill out these details, including postcode, province, town, city, and the whole address. Okay, coming on to the travel history. How long have you lived in the UK? When I was making my application, it was approximately 1 year and 2 months. So that's what I mentioned. Since you started living in the UK, have you spent time outside the UK? I selected no. How many times have you visited the following places in the past 5 years? So in the past 5 years, I have visited Canada and one of the countries that comes under the European Economic Area. So I mentioned those countries along with the reason of my visits and also the date of my visit and the duration as well. Okay, continuing with the previous section, did you receive medical treatment in the UK? I selected yes because I once got the blood test done. Were you told that you had to pay for it? I said no because it all comes under the NHS. Where did you go for a previous medical treatment in the UK? For this question, I mentioned the name of my GP's practice, the address, the town, city, that's Edinburgh, along with the postcode. When did you start receiving the address and when did you stop receiving the address? So I mentioned the dates. Did you receive any other medical treatment in the UK? No, other than that I did not, so I selected no. Do you have a UK national insurance number? Yes, I did apply for it back in December 2021 and I got it, so I mentioned that as well here. After selecting yes to the question, do you have a UK national insurance number? I mentioned my UK national insurance number. Do you have a UK driving license? No, I do not have it yet. Have you received any public funds or money in the UK? No, I selected no for this because you cannot even claim public funds when you're on student visa. For either the UK or any other country, have you ever been? I selected no because none of these options were applicable in my case. And for these questions as well, I selected no. The same goes here. And finally no to all these questions. Okay guys, coming on to the final section of the visa application. Do you have a partner? No. Have you previously been in a marriage or civil partnership? No. Are your partner or children applying with you? I selected no. And then you are required to sign the declaration. Please remember, once you do that, you will not be able to make any changes in your visa application. So please cross-check all the details, every information many times, just so there is no room for the errors or any sort of error. And then finally, when you do that, you are required to pay for the health surcharge and the application fee, and it is going to be approximately £2,000. And then you're going to get an email regarding the evidence upload. If you get this email, then it means your visa application is all complete now and you are not required to upload any evidence. So the bottom line is, whether you are required to upload it or not, the visa office is going to send you an email for that. So that is all guys. I really hope that you found this video helpful. I wish you all the best of luck if you will be applying for the PSW visa or graduate route visa in the future. If you found this video helpful as usual, then please hit the like button and definitely subscribe to the channel. I hope you all take care. Stay happy.